When the Pope dies, the world doesn't just lose a religious leader. It loses a symbol of faith and embodiment of a centuries-old tradition. The Pope is not merely a man. He is the vicar of Christ, the successor of St. Peter, the earthly guide to over 1 billion Catholics around the world. His death is a moment of profound sorrow, but it is also the beginning of a sacred process, one that holds deep meaning, steeped in ancient rites, history, and symbolism. The first step begins in silence. When the Pope draws his last breath, only a select few are present. His closest aides, doctors, and spiritual advisors are the first to witness this sacred moment. Among them is the Camileno, the Chamberlain of the Holy Roman Church. This individual plays a pivotal role in this deeply solemn occasion. In the past, the Camileno would approach the Pope, take a small silver hammer, and gently tap the Pope's forehead 3 times. As he did so, he would call out the Pope's baptismal name, whether it was Giovanni, Carol, or something else. The ritual was a way to confirm, without a shadow of a doubt, that the Pope had truly passed. This rite was not only a ceremonial gesture but a necessary one. It was a moment of certainty for the entire Catholic Church. For in this moment, the Pope, as the visible foundation of Christ's Church on earth, is no longer with us. Today, the ritual has been simplified, but the weight of its significance remains unchanged. A Vatican physician confirms the absence of breath and heartbeat, and it is then that the Camileno declares the Pope's passing. Once the Pope's death is confirmed, another highly symbolic act takes place. The Camileno takes possession of the Pope's ring, the ring of the Fisherman, and crushes it. This act symbolizes the end of the papacy and ensures that no one can pretend to speak in the Pope's name. The ring, once a symbol of power and authority, is destroyed to preserve the integrity of the Church. No false authority can rise in the name of a deceased Pope. But even amidst these practical acts, there is an air of unspoken reverence. One wonders, what were the last words spoken in that room? What prayers were whispered over the Pope's body? The silence of the moment speaks louder than words. It is sacred, filled with the weight of finality. And with this quiet, the world enters mourning. Once the Pope's death has been confirmed, the Church must share this news with the world. It is no longer a private moment. It is a global moment of grief. In centuries past, a solemn voice would cry out in Latin within the apostolic palace, "Papa mortu," the Pope is dead. This would be followed by the tolling of the bells in Rome, each one ringing with the heavy sorrow of the faithful. Today, the announcement is made with the precision of modern communication. A formal statement is issued, often by the Camileno or a senior Vatican official, and the news is spread rapidly across the world. News agencies interrupt their broadcasts, radio stations echo the announcement in many languages, and social media platforms buzz with the tragic news. But beneath the headlines and the rush of technology, there is still a quiet reverence. The Vatican flag is lowered to half-mast. The Swiss Guard, typically standing at attention, now holds themselves with somber grace. Inside the apostolic palace, the Pope's body is gently prepared. Prayers are whispered beside him. The room fills with incense and candlelight dances in the shadows. The world may now know of the Pope's passing, but the Church's journey has just begun. For Catholics, the announcement of the Pope's death is not just a piece of news. It strikes deep at the heart. Whether in the cathedrals of Europe or the humble chapels of far-off lands, every corner of the Catholic world responds in unison. Some kneel in prayer, some weep quietly, and some light candles in remembrance. It is a moment when the global Church becomes united in its grief, its sorrow, and its anticipation. With the confirmation of the Pope's death and the announcement made to the world, the next step in this sacred process is the destruction of the Fisherman's ring. This is no ordinary ring. The Fisherman's ring, forged in gold and bearing the image of St. Peter casting his net into the sea, is a symbol of the Pope's supreme authority. In the past, the Pope would use this ring to seal documents and confirm decrees, an act that connected his word to divine authority. But now the ring must be destroyed. The Camileno performs this ritual, often with a ceremonial hammer. The ring, once a powerful symbol of the Pope's office, is either smashed or scratched so deeply that it can never again be used.
Yeah.